Hello, welcome. Let's continue. So before I continue, I'm going to quickly create the gitignore file. Very, very important. And to do that, I'm going to simply say touch.gitignore. See the way I wrote it, gitignore. Touch.gitignore. Simply create the gitignore file. So once I do it, you can see my gitignore is already here. So I can simply tell it, what do I want it to ignore? I actually want it to ignore the node model so that it will not be jam packing my stuff. Node models. So that is what I'm ignoring, node models. So once I say that, I can say Control S. So you can also say slash node models. So git ignore is now gonna ignoring node models. So next thing I'm gonna do is that so if I like everything we've installed, you know them, the bubbles and the node. Then under normal dependencies, we are having express, but under dev dependencies, we are having all this because you use D as you're installing. But if you don't, it will come under express. So those are the things we have, and with that done, we can simply start coding immediately. So I'm going to try and do the first code. I'm going to write the first code. I'm going to be able to do it inside our server.js, and with time we're going to create our app.js, and with time we're going to work effectively. So I'm going to simply go to the back end. You can see it here, and I'm simply going to go to server.js. So this is where we write our first code, and like I said before, we're going to be using import commands instead of const require because we are using ES6. So to do that, I'm going to first of all bring in express because that's where I want to work with. So I'm going to say import, and the name of the variable is express. I'm going to be using express as the name of the variable. Import express. So where am I importing it from? I'm going to be importing it from the express that I had earlier installed. So import express from the express that I installed. You remember when I installed my express? So that's the first thing I do. So you can see that as you're writing, you're going to be seeing error something to enable you to know that you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. So after this, we are going to be able to do the ESLinting setup. But I want to write the first code first so that you see the way it works. So after that, I'm going to create an app by simply saying const app equal to express. So I'm going to create an express app. So const app equal to express. So that's the first thing I do. So you can put your semicolon or not. So I've created the const express app. So because we needed express because we want it to be faster and much more effective. So I'm going to create the first endpoint by saying app.get. You already know stuffs about endpoint. So app.get, what am I getting? I'm actually I just want to get slash empty something. That's gonna be my first the first thing I'm having. So I don't want to have a specific endpoint. I want, once you get to the teamwork demo, I want you to see this. So what do I want you to see? So what I want you to see is gonna have the rec, as you all know, the rec and res objects. And once it has this rec and res object, it's gonna have a callback function. And this callback function is gonna do this. This is what the callback function is gonna do. It's gonna be able to respond. And when it responds, what is it gonna be able to respond with? It's gonna be able to respond with a simple instruction, and that instruction is gonna say hello world or hello API. So let me use hello API because we're actually creating an API. So that is the first thing we are writing. So I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to finally come here and also close it up. So that's the first thing, the first route we are writing. But after writing, I want it to listen at what port. Very, very important. So I'm going to say app.listen because I want it to listen at a specific port. I want it to be able to listen at port, which I'm going to create later. So I'm going to just write ports. Then I want it to take a callback function so that when it's listening to this very port, it should be able to tell me something. So what do I want it to say when it's listening to this port? It should be able to tell me that, say simple things like, I'm going to be able to use template retry to write this. I'm going to simply say, okay, let me use console.log. Let me use console.log. Console.log. I hope I'm right in the spelling. So what do I want it to console.log for me? I'm going to simply console.log. Let me use backtick and simply say server running on port. It's going to tell me the name of the port where it is running. So because I'm using template retry, I'm going to be able to write this port. So that is what I have there. So I'm going to simply close this up with this quote. So with this, my it's listening at this port, but I've not written the port. So on top of these my app.get, I should be able to write the port. So the port, to write it, I'm gonna simply say const port. So what port do I want it to be listening to? The port is gonna be the process, the one provided by the environment, and that's why I'm gonna say process env dot port. So it's either is listening to the one provided by the environment, very, very important. That's how you write it, or it is listening at port 3000. So that is the way to write it. So with that, I'm good to go. So after writing this, I can simply say Ctrl S. So that is the port is listening. This is my first server.js. And with this, I can simply run my node daemon and see whether it's working. So you can see I'm in under teamwork. I can simply say, okay, after write, make sure you do Ctrl S to save. So I can now say node daemon or nodemon, please run my server.js. So let's see whether it can console.log server running on this very port. So if it does that, then we'll know that our code is effectively running. Then we're going to now set up our ESLint and continue working. So you can see what I did is very simple. App.listen, okay. Wow, it crashed. There's a problem somewhere. So it's starting node server, node server server.js, okay. Okay. There's an issue. I should be able to, okay. Okay, restart starting node server server.js. You see, so you're having double commands here. Okay, I'm supposed to actually cd into backend first. So I do Ctrl C to stop this from running. So I'm gonna simply cd into backend first. So inside backend, I can now run nodemon server. Okay, so I believe that was the problem issue I had. If it's not the issue, then I have to cut off. Okay, it's not still the issue, so I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna stop this, check it out, and come back. Thank you.